Hello and welcome to my stream today, where I'm going to continue exactly where we left off yesterday in God's Frontline with a storyline. However, as you can definitely tell, something's changed. Not necessarily to the worse, but for some reason, the events artwork that was used as the background yesterday has been replaced by pirates. Yep. I don't know either. Actually, I know exactly, but it's fine. Anyway, today we shall jump back into the event that is still running, a longitudinal strain. Yes, daily login rewards, yes. Hang on, let me just quickly... Any second now? No? Okay, let me just go in here and then it'll trigger in a second. There we go. There we go. And back to the event we go. And I have to apologize for being a little bit late. There isn't really a good reason for being late. I'm just late. Anyway, let's go back to going through Maggie's memories. Right after I don't think the audio is supposed to continue here. Okay, there we go. Now the train audio is gone. Odd. But hey, let's go. Let's look at this map real quick and see what we need to do and what we need to figure out. Honestly, there's a few death stacks. There is a lot of enemies. What is our objective here? Decrypt 4 security authentications. Okay. Alright. So these are on patrol. I just gotta avoid them. Access all 4 terminals. Yep, that's what I understood. Now, let me see. I can go... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still leaving me enough room to go where I want to go. Wait. Oh, okay. A teleport node? This map is neat. What does that do? I just kind of moved without looking at it, so let me just quickly figure out what that does. Place a teleport node. Stepping on the node will teleport the echelon to a mirror location on the other side of the map. There can only be one of such node on the battlefield at any given time. So, mirror position would be like... If I place it here, that would teleport me to this position, right? Or would it teleport me to this position? I mean, that would still be good. Let's just crack the security authentication. Security authentication completed. Deploy the node. Oh, you need to... Okay, I see. Cancel. The far sides connect to the far sides. The game crashed. Good start. Also, not so fun news. As I woke up this morning and I opened my phone, I got an email. Or rather, I had 2 emails. One was sent to my email address at around 2 AM. The other at around 3:30 AM. Both of them stating that somebody was trying to reset my Steam password. Not so great. Now, nothing happened. I actually checked everything, and everything still seems to be there. But hey. Very good. Attack 92. Fairly weird handgun. So I don't really need to teleport myself to this tire. Actually, this tire would be better. Deploy to this tile here. And crack the code. Security authentication completed. Well, goodbye. There we go. Which puts us right next to the third one. And we should be able to make it from here to both of them in the next turn. Okay. One, two. Crack the security. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Should be fine. Let's go. For a moment I was wondering if you could teleport the enemies as well, but I highly doubt it. Because otherwise you could probably do some shenanigans with putting all of the high-value enemies on one side of the map. Which would be fairly funny. Crack the code. Good. S rank. That's a fairly simple map. So, do we have any new dialogue here? Catherine got shot. I can't leave with her. I don't have any money. Okay. Why, fishy? Also, hello, fishy. World time zone clocks. Hello, fishy. Night falls, and the dark shape of the Intercontinental Railway Service EN so traversing the red zone gives off a faint sense of foreboding. Like oblivious prey, it has unwittingly fallen into a meticulous trap. The criminal syndicate known as the Vori Visacone are bloodthirsty hunters in the dark. Right now, they're committing a ruthless robbery on this prey. I'm doing fairly okay. I was looking forward to this, I'll be honest. A man wearing sunglasses is standing on top of an expensive hardwood round table with a large and powerful gun in his hands. His aunt minions, having scattered all over the carriage, are keeping an eye on the passengers. The passengers, all in their own seats, are looking at these intruders with both fear and hatred. Mr. Yulee, this safe won't open. The man in the shades is in charge of the first-class carriage, and his objective is to squeeze as much out of these fat sheep as possible. Since the Voria are experienced robbers, they know very well that wealthy passengers travelling in the first-class carriage never carry anything of real value on their persons. Yulee taps his python loudly on the table. Two Voria have been toiling over the safe for a long time, but they haven't made so much as a scratch on it. Next to the safe, a rich woman with bloodshot eyes glares at the smug Yulee, her hands and shoulders quivering in fear and anger. Eve, where have you taken my daughter, Eve? Yulee ruffles his own hair in exasperation. Ma'am, you're making things very difficult for me. Miss Eve's life is on your own hands. I guarantee that she will be returned to you safe and sound if you just cooperate and open the safe. I don't make deals with the devil. Flashing his yellow teeth, Yulee snaps his fingers and one of his subordinates rushes up with a walkie-talkie. Hello? Ugh. A girl's soft moan comes through the walkie-talkie. The rich woman jumps to her feet in great agitation. Eve? The boss standing behind her immediately pushes her back into the chair. She tries to struggle, but the heart-wrenching sound of her daughter crying comes through the walkie-talkie. Stop it, you bastards! Don't you dare lay a finger on my daughter! No, ma'am, we're begging you. Please don't give us a reason to hurt her. Yuli tilts his head and waves his gun at the safe. Just cooperate for everyone's sake. Miss Eloy glares at Vori as her daughter cries through the walkie-talkie. She bites her lips, lowers herself to the ground, and gingerly starts turning the dial on the safe. See, we could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you'd just done this right off the bat. Miss Eloy's trembling hands keep keying the wrong passcode. While she's still opening the safe, Yuli places the walkie-talkie on the table, and the girl keeps crying. The passengers confined to their seats all clench their fists. Anger, fear, anxiety, all these emotions are palpable in the air. With a sharp click, the safe finally pops open. Devori immediately pushes the woman aside. It's all checks and jewelry. Sort everything. Give me the jewelry and hand the checks to Mr. Daniel. My girl, my little girl. Yuli turns off the walkie-talkie, and the girl's cry suddenly cease. Why are you so scared, ma'am? Don't worry, we aren't bad guys. Just then, a string of curses suddenly erupts in the corner of the carriage. Avon grabs the middle-aged man and drags him viciously before Yuli by the collar. The other passengers gasp at the sheer violence, and their hearts lurch with fear. This motherfucker made an emergency call when he was hiding in the corner. Who did he call? Soviet cops. He was also trying to call the crowds when I found them out. I beg you, please let me go. The man's forehead is clammy with sweat. He eyes Yuli's gun fearfully, his voice quivering the whole time while he begs for his mercy. The gun is enough to send his brain splattering all over. Ah, okay, he dead. Watching this pathetic display, Yuli rubs his head and cranes his neck. Then he beckons at his subordinate. Give me his communicator. Oh wait, no, he's not dead. Yuli squats down next to the man and calls the polizei with a communicator. Then he shoves it into the man's hand and taps his face with the barrel of his gun. The middle-aged man's eyes widen. The call connects. Hello, this is the German. Hello? Is this the polizei? We have passengers from the future. A robbery is taking place and we need help. Before the middle-aged man can speak, Miss Eloy has already started shouting hysterically. The Vori nearby try to stop her, but Yuli gestures for them to back off. He grins as he watches the two passengers cry frantically into the communicator. Please keep calm and explain the situation in detail. How much detail do you need? They are robbers! It's a robbery! What do you don't understand? We have passengers on board the intercontinental train from Warsaw. Service number EN 44013M. The train is being robbed. Have you consumed any alcohol? I'm not drunk. Can anyone vouch for that? I can. We are currently being robbed and held hostage. Has there been any physical altercation? For Christ's sake, this is a robbery. You tell me if there's been any physical altercation. Sorry, these are routine questions. May I ask your present location? Please hold on 1 second. I'm very sorry, but service so-and-so is currently not within our area of jurisdiction. The police will only take over security from Poznan. The voice speaking through the communicator sounds heartlessly cold. Miss Eloy and the other passengers in the carriage are all left speechless by this reply. Miss Eloy's face crumples with disbelief and indescribable despair. How can this be? They've taken my daughter. Are you really going to do nothing? We commiserate with your situation. Unfortunately, our forces only have the power to enforce the law within the German border. I'm very sorry that we cannot offer you any help. If you would like some advice on defending yourself, please get in touch again. The call ends. What can I say? Yuli shrugs. He looks like the dazed man and lets out a mocking chuckle. I bet the Soviets said the same thing to you. They're not stupid, you know. They make only several hundred credits a month. You think they'd risk their lives for this? We're in the red zone, I'm telling you. Baba Liba has now taken control of the train. He picks up his gun and his smile instantly grows cold. He jams the python into the man's mouth. The man struggles frantically, but the other warrior have him firmly pinned down. The one who opened the safe looks at the other passengers pleadingly, but nobody gives any response, except for one man. Stop it! Let him go! If you want money, you let him go! A wealthy-looking man in a suit looks at the struggling man with pity in his eyes. Yuli grins. He left me to choice. He shouldn't have been so naughty. You will pay for this. Everyone squeezes their eyes shut the moment the gunshot rings out. Who dares open fire without my permission? Before he can even finish, he feels a sharp pain. Ugh. The other warrior watches in shock as blood spews from Yuli's temples. He collapses on the floor. The remaining warrior look toward the gangway connection where the gunshots are coming from. The door's been opened without anyone's notice. Bullets fired from the doorway accurately hit the warriors in the knees before they can redirect their aim. What? The warrior howl in pain and crumple to the ground one after another, creating their injured legs. Welcome back. Phew. The miller lowers a pistol and looks around at the passengers in the carriage. Bandits have been neutralized. Gangway connection between carriages F06 and F17. Intercontinental Railway train future. I just realized what this picture reminds me of, and I don't know why. It reminds me of, like, the old Resident Evil games. The perspective is exactly as if you were playing one of those. And you would enter through one of these doors, and then just go to one of these others, or walk through the screen, and the angle would turn. Isometrics, yes. This is not an isometric view. But, yeah. A few minutes ago. After darting into the gangway connection between the carriages, Miller fires 3 shots from a pistol. The pursuing warrior forced to back off, and Miller locks him out on the other side of the door. Their cursing is still clearly audible through the metal door. Sensing another presence in the cramped space, Miller spins around rapidly. Behind the half-closed door in the workroom, a familiar figure raises her arms. Wait, we're on the same side. The Miller eyes the woman. Miss Queen of Hearts, we've never been on the same side. Maggie blinks. My principle of survival is to make as many friends as few enemies as possible. For instance, right now we should deal with the warrior as friends, and not as enemies. I have no need for friends like you. But you do. God damn it. I possess all electronic keys for the entire train. I've changed all the codes. The Miller studies her with narrowed eyes. Maggie continues before she decides to pull the trigger. I'm just a business person. In the world of business, no rules are set in stone. As long as the price is right, we can have a deal. I'm not your enemy, instructor. The Miller hesitates for a few seconds and finally lowers a weapon. I need to reach carriage 2. Pleasure doing business with you. Alright, instead of Queen of Hearts, you can just call me Maggie. For 2 dolls who have never worked with each other, they make a fantastic team. They blaze a trail through the train with several dolls and humans following close behind. They make it to the gangway connection between carriages 2 and 3 in no time. Just so you know, there are enemies behind that door. The Miller starts taking her body apart with practice movements. She dismantles a few seemingly redundant parts of her limbs. These parts are assembled into a pistol like magic. She produces a few cartridges in the buckle of her belt, inserts them into a magazine, and swiftly loads a pistol. Maggie opens the door. The moment Maggie opens the door, Miller has already taken the situation inside the carriage with a formidable movement perception. Observation informs her prompt decision to kill Yuli and simply immobilize the other warrior. Using a small knife that she carries on her person, Miller cuts the bound passengers loose. Dr. Rosa, what happened here? The person being addressed as Ragosa is none other than the wealthy-looking man in a suit who spoke up before. Something, don't you love a girl who can kick your ass? I mean, I have the feeling that half the audience of Frontline is kind of in it for that. while the others are just, like me, nerds. The Vori seized the carriage, opened all the luggage, then moved Miss Eli's daughter along with the passengers who were the first to give the Vori the money into another carriage. Lucas's assistant doll, Lucas, enters the carriage shortly after Luke Miller. Sir, we only made it in here because Madam Instructor took out all the Vori in the last few carriages. However, some passengers and dolls are still left behind. Lugosa pats Lucas on the head and looks at Luke Miller. Return to a seat for own luggage. Dockenstein von Deutschlich? No. Mr. Miller? I have a presumptuous request. Luke Miller turns to face the doctor. I want to stand up against the Vori. Please lead us in doing so. Are you crazy? The Vori are experienced weapon smugglers and robbers. How can we ever hope to stand up against them? Hey, look! Guess who it is? However, it's definitely not, because it doesn't fit the personality. They let us live as long as we give them our money. I don't think we need to take such a drastic measure. They're used passengers. Yeah, they do that. That's right. If you think about it, the actual murderer here isn't any of the Vori. But what about my Eve? Judging by that Vor, Miss Eve is still alive, just like Mr. Elton, who was taken away earlier. If Mr. Elton is the bespectacled university student who was travelling in his carriage, he's dead. He was killed in carriage F5. We came across bodies in many of the carriages on our way here. What? No way. Don't try to reason with bandits. They don't care if we live or die. Lucas and the doctor's words plunged the entire carriage into silence. The only thing we can do is to save ourselves. Instructor Luke Miller, what do you think? Everyone's gaze lands on Luke Miller at the same time. Luke Miller takes out a weapon from her luggage. She inspected expertly. Her snappy movements inspire a lot of confidence. I accept your request. On one condition, everyone must do as I say. Including humans. Soviets, Germans, they're all the same. Always have been. These stucks are well prepared. I probably knew the security blackout zone. I can't say for sure that I can't save all the passengers. I clicked on it again. Damn it. Everything has a price, and I will be the winner who takes it all. Ladies and gentlemen, name your terms, but please don't harm the passengers. Follow Manga to the gangway connection between FO3 and FO2 and FO3. Wait, hang on a minute. Why are these in here, and not in here? Symphony number... Wait. Oh no, they're not. Damn it, how dare the T-Doll told me hostage. I'm gonna pluck her head off. He was bugged with stages. A little bit. Not supposed to be there. Yeah, it's so noisy down there. Mega should be able to get away. The gangsters rummage around the racks haphazardly, knocking a few suitcases off and scattering objects all over the floor. Can't move. Comps are done too. So, back to story. Door to first class carriage. Do you have any idea what you're doing, Luke Miller? Stay out of anything that has nothing to do with the mission. You'll draw attention from the enemy. I know very well what I'm doing. Drawing their attention is precisely my intention. Surely that's also part of your plan. Even though you haven't disclosed any details to me, I can largely guess what the mission entails. Since the moment I boarded the Cold Express, I've been the card to be played. It's simply a matter of when. I'm the decoy, aren't I? You are the decoys for one another. Morning star's fallen. Focus on your own routes. The one you're protecting hasn't been exposed yet. But they're already onto me. No, that's not time yet. I think it's the best time. Right now, I'm the one on the front lines. I demand action to be taken against the Vori via the Khan. Instructor Alarm, I order you to take command of this operation. I, Lyudmila Pavlichenko, will be a field operative. You. A loud sound of impact suddenly comes from the door. A loud noise can be suddenly heard at the door. The Vori have already gathered outside the door and are trying to break in. Dr. Lugosa's brow furrows deeply. It's Dr. Lee Miller. I doubt the door can hold for long. We need to get moving. Understood. Maggie, time to make yourself useful. Surprised to be singled out and named all of a sudden, Maggie's smile seems a little forced. Unlike you, I'm just a weak and helpless doll. I'm not asking you to fight. I need you to activate the Cold Express again. Link up all the dolls, even those who aren't T-dolls. I need the strength of every single doll. After a brief moment of deliberation, Maggie seems to have figured out what Lumilla means to do. That's not entirely out of the question. However, I'm afraid that's not going to work right now. The Vori have started jamming all doll networks before they began the robbery. I can't contact anybody. Then I'll need some time to come up with another plan. I may be able to help if you beg me. That needs to be that other woman that hasn't said anything so far. Just then, a different voice interjects out of the blue. Lumilla and Maggie look up at the same time and find Irma. Oh no, wait, that's Irma. And find Irma poking her head out of the ventilation shafts above their heads. I told you, we have unfinished business. Irma shoots Lumilla a look, asking her to help her down. Lumilla seems to have no intention of help her at all. Maggie, on the other hand, offers Irma a hand. With Maggie's help, Irma wriggles out from the shaft and drops down into the carriage. She dusts herself off. Where did this little cutie come from? I've been hiding up there for some time, so I heard everything. If you want to restore the connection, I may be able to help. However, I would like a reward. She looks at Lumilla with narrowed eyes. We'll discuss that when you succeed. Fine. Maggie lets out a snort. Both Lumilla and Irma turn to look at her. Nothing, just a bit amused. She's an easy target. Catherine sure knows how to pick up victims. With Irma as the source, a unique data stream flows quickly throughout the jam signals. A network now runs unhindered throughout the train. The door may look increasingly battered with every blow, but the Vori's attempts to break it open don't seem to be successful. After another blow, the Vor lets go of his Pulaski and looks back at the others. The other Vori follows his gaze, then they silently part like the Red Sea for Moses to give way. Daniel walks up and dumps Susanna in front of the door. Nikolai pushes Barbaluba's wheelchair along the aisle with a dour face. Open the door. Zatanna looks up at the mangled lock. With a frown, she takes out the electronic key. Now, she doesn't even dare hesitate. The Vori won't show any mercy to a doll like her. Click. The lock clicks mercilessly. Susanna's neurocloud almost freezes in terror. Wait, hold on. I'm not trying to mess around. Before the Vori can even question her, Susanna's already desperately trying to acquit herself. There's nothing wrong with the key. Oh, I know. Someone must have changed the code. After some thought, she decides to sell out the culprit. Maggie, it must be that asshole. Only she is capable of doing such a thing. Carriage of 9, Intercontinental Railway Train Future. Catherine, who has been bound, looks at the bullet hole on her leg. She leans back into the chair and lets out a long sigh. Not only is my leg screwed, even my signal has been cut off. Right now, I'm about as useful as an alarm clock. Miss Catherine, is my purchase on the Cold Express still valid? Pavel, who is also in the same predicament, starts conversing with Catherine. Of course, but only if the seller is still alive. Then, are we going to die, Miss Catherine? Catherine glares at him with exasperation. They might pump us full of concrete and throw us into the Baltic Sea. All I can say is backup's our one and only savior. Miss Catherine. Just ask a question, stop calling my name. I didn't call your name. Miss Catherine. You totally just did! If Catherine weren't bound, she would have jumped to her feet and whacked Pavel on the head. Pavel's headlamp flickers in protest. I really didn't say anything. She suddenly realized that the voice is coming from in via a secret comms channel. Miss Catherine. Comms been installed? I'm here. I'm actually working again. It's actually working again. Catherine twitches in excitement and peers around surreptitiously. This is Irma. What's the situation in the dining carriage? I'm tied up with a tin man. Honestly, I'd rather die. There doesn't worry in this carriage. So it's not actually a private channel. Why didn't you say so, Irma? You didn't ask. Anyway, the plan is... Yeah. As per Luke Miller's instruction, Irma's dutifully relaying the plan to the other dolls. Meanwhile, Mag is pouring some coffee for herself. I just wanted to get in touch with Catherine, but she ended up connecting all the dolls on the entire train. That's really impressive. Are you two really on the team? Luke Miller watches with raised eyebrows. Irma works away with great gusto. The sight remains sort of an unpleasant memory. So it's true. She does have something to do with Dr. Hume. Then we should get into position. I don't mind hiding. But my wife has asthma. I don't think she can hide in the ventilation shafts. Can we leave her inside the toilet or something like that? Well... Dr. Lugosa turns and points to the other end of the carriage. If I remember correctly, carriage number 1 is the VIP class carriage. It's even more secure than this carriage. Miller nods in agreement. That's right. It is the VIP class carriage, reserved for special passengers. It has the highest level of defense, so it should offer even more protection than the ventilation shaft in this carriage. It is usually out of bounds for under normal circumstances. Lucas gaze shifts to Maggie, who's casually sipping her coffee. Fine. You owe me another one, Instructor Luke Miller. While the others are packing, Lucas also helps Dragosa sort out his luggage with great efficiency. When he is done, he tugs lightly at Dragosa's sleeve. Have you forgotten what happened before? No. Then why did you intervene? No one will thank you for that. It will only bring you endless misfortune. Yeah. If you know, then why are you doing this? This is my path, Lucas. I don't understand. This path does you no good at all. Dragosa turns around and pats Lucas gently on the head. He gazes down at Lucas' familiar face with a tender smile. You will understand, Lucas. Morning star's fallen. We must try a different track. We must save ourselves. We have no choice but to defy the gangsters. These two dolls are really something. What do they want? Maggie. She's a smart one. Damn this Maggie. She stole my car and even changed my password. What are they trying to do? These are ruthless gangsters. How did Emma avoid the interference and connect to another doll? I did it. It's not as hard as I thought. Well, next. Wonder how often it is that you see a redirect to a different train car. Yes. The dolls within the dining carriage seem calm enough, but their real consciousness are having a knockdown, drag-out fight elsewhere. Inside Irma's comms channel. Fight the Vori? Are you insane? We're just ordinary civilian dolls. I can't do it. You don't know how scary these guys are. I'm not even armed. We're kind of fine right now. If we behave, they won't cause us trouble. Who'd go all on against the toaster anyway? Reporting from carriage F09. 12 Vori, 3 sentry droids. My body is fully functional. Are you for real? I worked on the Siberian Lifeline project, namely the route this very train travels on. I am very familiar with the structure and loadout of this train. And once you activate me, I can work with you. Hey, don't forget to save me too. I used to do tricks in the circus, so I'm pretty agile. Now that I think about it, humans aren't so scary after all. Channel is now muted. Don't waste time on pointless details. Report the situation in the carriages you're in. Follow Mr. Pavel's format. I'll be taking command now. Channel is now unmuted. Reporting from carriage F12. 3 Vori, no sentry droids. My body is partially damaged. Reporting from dining carriage F18. 5 Vori, 1 sentry droid. My body is fully functional. Catherine listens quietly. She is saying surprisingly little. This is practically silence for her. Are you okay? No need to worry about me. You should try to get out of here. The mission's still the top priority. That gunshot must have hurt, right? It feels like I keep having to feed you to the sharks on all kinds of missions. Well, I have 80 more backups, so just remember to collect me. It happened before. You know the drill. I know the drill. By the way, do you feel sad when I abandon you? Not like I remember. It's a brand new experience each time. You sound pretty upset, alright? Who are you and what have you done with Maggie? Why are you talking about all this crap? Just making idle conversation since we got nothing to do anyway. Quit pretending, we're dolls, not humans. If something feels bad, all we have to do is get rid of the memories. It's tiring enough just to survive. Who's got the energy to overthink such things anyway? I'm not pretending, I'm just... Who's that? Halfway through the conversation, Maggie senses something and the gentle tone she's using with Catherine instantly changes. Ahem. I didn't mean to eavesdrop on you guys. But you already did, didn't you? Well, I picked up some signal fluctuations and thought it was something extraordinary. Sorry to bother you. Please continue. What? You think you can just walk in and out as you like? Quite the hacker, aren't you? Catherine, good job on picking this body for me. Oi. You do know, right? The train rate isn't free. I do know. No wonder you didn't want money, but rather wanted to put my body up as collateral. So am I getting back the 2 ounces I earned on the Coal Express? Catherine hangs up without any hesitation. At the gangway connection between the carriages, the faint scent of blood hangs in the air, and the mood is heavy and stagnant. That is, until a crisp sound rings out, and everybody turns to the doll fiddling with the doll. Maggie turns around, bathing in the audience's attention before executing a stylish bow. Greetings, dear passengers. The carriage F1 that you've booked is now ready. Enjoy your trip. Stewardess Maggie, I'd like a seasonal set meal. I'll have to charge an extra fee for that. Ignoring the two of them, the Miller enters the carriage and gives the interior a quick once-over. For some reason, this place is empty. However, given how dangerous the current situation is, the Miller leaves that question aside for now. She comes back out and nods to everyone. Considering the level of... I have a bad feeling about this. Considering that they've been given a mission by Miss Grey, I have the feeling that something's wrong with the first carriage. The fact that it's empty, that alone... I am guessing that this is an experience chamber at this point, and that somebody... Experiment chamber, and not experience. Basically, I have the feeling that people will be forcibly injected with the cure to Elith. Or at least exposed to it. Considering the level of defenses here, we should be able to make it to Poznan if they don't hit us with heavy firepower. I'll be going in first then. The rest of the show is up to you. Right. The passengers hurriedly squeeze into the first-class carriage. I know. Leaving Ragusa at the doorway to exchange some final words with the dolls. Ragusa looks at Miller and bows solemnly to her. We're counting on you. Miller suddenly closes the door to the first-class carriage. I'm not talking about somebody who bought it. I'm talking about the fact that Miss Grey wanted a mission to be carried out on the train. And the people that have the vial of Iodine, and might have more... In an instant, there are only 3 doors left at the gangway connection. It's kind of late to say this now, but... Can we really do this with just the 3 of us? Well, if you want to back out now... I can do this myself. Really? Your words, not mine. Have a look at Maggie. I took a look around your neurocloud while I was reconstructing the comm signal. That's very rude, Miss Irma. Irma doesn't seem to embarrass at all. Instead, she seems even more righteous than before. If you don't work with Luke Miller, I'll scrap your precious Colt Express. Maggie's mouth twitches. You really know how to pick people, Catherine. The 3 of them are briefly silent. Just then, an encrypted transmission suddenly enters Luke Miller's private channel. Madam Instructor, I hope you haven't forgotten your role and mission. Getting rid of you on the spot isn't all that difficult, you know. Nah, don't be hasty. Remember what I said. We can have a deal as long as you name the right price. The way I see it, you're more of a con artist than a businesswoman. It's just a matter of perspective. Extortion is a skill. It's still a kind of a transaction. In fact, aren't all transactions at least a little extortionate? We all use whatever means necessary to obtain what we want for a cheaper price. I don't see how I am any different. You silver-tongued devil. So, Madam Instructor, would you like to do business with me? Just noticed that you've been calling Catherine using the German pronunciation. No? What? It's Catherine. Like... There's an E there. I don't like the fact that they're trying to do business now. Okay, this is still the same dialogue. Oh, hey! The first reward doll. Nice. Ghost. Beep. Limina suddenly stops in the tracks, and she looks down to examine her watch. After a brief pause, she looks up at the 2 people ahead of her. Alma, Maggie. From now on, I'll be assuming command. Wasn't that the original arrangement? I'm just confirming one last time. Limina nods and walks straight past the 2 of them. Why does she feel kind of different? I guess that's just her game face. Okay. Hey, look, it's Baba Liba. We probably need to go over here, don't we? Oh no, we need to defend. That's not too bad. That is not too bad. Search the map for intel. Oh. Okay. Could probably try to do both a little bit. Look at Baba's tax. I already know. I also know that you can kill her, actually. With, like, relatively normal setups. Okay, maybe not relatively normal, but you can kill her. I'm well aware that she is marked as certain death. More importantly, though, she has 2 moves, so I really don't want to go any closer to her unless I can back away again. Also, where are you alerted to? Everywhere. Yikes. Okay. This is a problem. Why does the map defend for 5 if there's a 7-turn limit? Just because you need to defend for a certain amount of time doesn't mean that the game will stop. Well, that doesn't mean that you still need to be able to lose, right? So, if the map will just end at 5 turns, no matter what... So what I need to do now is... I need to move this echelon a little bit to make it a little bit more attractive for Bubble to go for this one. While not putting it into a position where they will certainly die. I only have 4 moves, however, which is not great. The reason that's not great is because I definitely need to move Irma. Do I? I really don't. I can move you to the right. And it will be fine for 1 turn. Only for 1 turn. Unless Bubble Uber now turns around and goes my way. Perfect. You did exactly what I wanted you to. Amazing. But. Fuck your landmines. Also, unfortunately, the music seems to have broken. So, yeah. I can't do what I really wanted to do here. It's a bit yikes. It's a bit yikes. I'm guessing that this intel thing is probably hidden on Bubble Uber. The thing is, there is no position to escape from here. We will certainly die. Like, I could try to actually fight her, but that's not gonna work. Right? Yeah, no. Absolutely not happening. She's a military unit from hell. I mean, she's not a military unit. And that is not true. Yeah. So... hang on a minute. If we retreat you... put you up here instead. Oliver gets 2 moves. That could be a problem. She's certainly one of a kind. Actually, we should have a way out. But... The main thing is that we need to keep Irma safe. These guys are on capture, so they will move, however, not very far. These two up here are the problem. So I definitely need to move in this direction here. Let me first of all get rid of all of the units that are actually currently still in our area. Because when they're on capture, they will eventually run into our area. And thanks to capturing the teleport, we do have a little bit of extra movement. So we will actually be safe from Bobaluba for this turn. Oi, my heliport. This one up here is only really a roadblock. I don't really care about that unit. Can't move there. That's death. That's death, that's death. This is certain death. At the moment, we're just playing an evasion game. We need to make sure that Irma is always the furthest away from the enemy that she can be, for the simple reason that she dies and we lose. Though seemingly we also lose when our unit dies and not just Irma. So that's a bit annoying. So now I need to... It's over here, I'm guessing. Basically make Babaluba and the robot kind of patrol back and forth between each other. I am more than 2 movement tiles away from the enemy. So that's good. At the same time, she could go straight for the command post and end the game right there. I hope she doesn't. Of course she does. And we lose. Damn it. I don't like this mission. I never like missions in this game where you need to kite enemies into specific locations. They always suck. Don't like them. There isn't enough space back here to kite. At least the tracking is consistent. It depends on what you consider consistent. If you have 2 units on the field, consistent, it kind of goes out the window. W only goes after Irma and crew. Yes. Well, no, she does certainly go after my echelon as well, and that's the problem. Because I don't know really how to kite her. It doesn't really give me an option to kite away from her and stuff, because if she is perfectly between between two squads, it is a 50-50 on where she'll go. Completely random. So, it's not really all that consistent. I have a feeling that I'm supposed to bait one squad, or one of the death stacks with one squad and one with the other. And if that's the case, that's annoying. Because I can't actually move far enough. You know, I can with... no, I can move far enough. Don't put Elm into death position. See? She did in fact not go towards Irma. She just went straight towards my echelon. So, that theory is disproven immediately. The way that it works is that she goes after the closest unit. And if there's two units at the same distance, it's just random. Can you survive this? You probably should be able to survive this. I don't know if you actually are, but... This is fine. Takes forever, but they are able to kill one squad. So, not ideal. That's not ideal. That's really not ideal. I should have switched the positions, but I didn't. Terminate mission. It's over. Battle failed, mission failed, whatever. Don't care. Yeah, I don't care. I don't like this map. It's annoying. The kiting mechanics are so... bleh. Technophore, woo. Shush. Don't want to hear it. I don't know how to kite this bullshit. Probably could try to do the same thing again and actually exchange the two units. But even then, I'm pretty sure that Baba Luba will still catch up with us. Plop. I'm done. So you go here, and you go here. That'll be good. Dim 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 dim. How did UMP9 become top DPS? Now that's weird. That's really weird. Sorry. Now we'll just wait out this bit again. And drops 4 stars as well as event lock-gun guns. Yeah, that's fairly normal for events. Yep, yep. Like the big story events usually do that. So switch these two because that's a free move. That way whatever spawns on the helipod is not going to instantly kill us. Bubble you might though. Because she should move one up, one right. So what I need to do here, I'm pretty sure, is use 3 moves here to move you over here, and use 1 move here to move you here. But Belguva should go for armor, and not quite make it, and I hope that the mecha's gonna go for Echelon 2. And if the mecha's going for Echelon 2, that means that there's enough time to slowly back up. You just had to take that path, you bitch. I should have switched these two again. Rather, I needed to switch these two again. But I didn't. So here we go again. Don't like the map at all. It's awful. I hate it. You go here, and you go here. Let's go. Like, the plan in general works very well. I just need to actually have the right squad in the right position. I still hate the map though, it's terrible. No objections from me. I expected that you would be defending the map, but no, hey, apparently you're not. You go over here, and then you go over here, and then you go over there, and then that's the end of the turn. Like the top row is easy because you have enough tile to just retreat tile by tile until you reach the 5-turn event end thing. Maneuvering Bubble Uber in a circle is awful. Actually, I just realized that my plan might not work at all. Because I don't actually know how many tiles away from the main objective my plan leaves Bubble Uber. Start real quick. I think I should have just not touched the targeting. A non-zero amount. The thing is, if Bubble Uber ends up too close to the main objective ends, it should just go for that instead. What is happening here? It's the same exact fight as before! Come on! What do you mean the enemy is suddenly killing us with impunity? Oh my god, what the fuck? Nothing changed! Kill them! By God. Oh my God. Just kill them already! What is going on? What do you mean they are killing us now? It has worked 4 times in a row! It's the same enemy! Like, it's the exact same one, the one that's pre-spawned by the map! What? Oh my God. What is this bullshit? Like, if it was an enemy that was spawned later, maybe, but it's not. It's just on the map. What? Ah. Motherfucker. Why? Fuck off. Don't want to hear it. Like, it's that one. Right there. Every single time, it has been this one. It has always been the same enemy. What? I don't get it. Okay. Fucking bullshit. Consistency is apparently not really a thing here. Because it worked 4 times and it just fucking stopped. Like, what? What? I just want to be done with this fucking asshole of a map. Please just die in a hellfire. Be burned to cinders and dust. Go and fuck yourself. Now it's working again. I changed nothing, and it's seemingly working again. Apart from the fact that they're starting to miss now. There you go. This will not take forever, but they will die. So that's good. Fucking inconsistent ass bullshit. Die, you stupid dog. Don't forget to switch these two. And turn. Now I switch the two back of them, like to where they were before, and also I think I might have a problem. This is how this fight should look. They just disappear. Victory? No, not yet, because I don't even know if my plan fucking works. Depends on the fucking pathing on that stupid old ass hag. I can't actually win. Reason being, well, first of all, I need to switch these back again. Then you go 1 tile back. Next up, you go over here. If she ends up here, she has a straight line to the command post, and depending on her movement, I'll just lose. Which would be really fucking annoying. But I can't go forward and lure her the other way. Oh, thank God you went down this time. I can't do that. I can do that. Might lock myself into a very bad situation here. I just want to be done with this fucking bullshit. Just... Ugh. Please don't be the end of turn 5. Please just be done. Thank God. What an ass of a map. It's just awful. It's not fun to play. It's annoying, inconsistent, and ass. Hello? Well, I broke something. I didn't even click the damn thing this time. It's gone on the 8 more 3. Icon. Gangway connection. Yeah. Kaboom. Under the warrior's ruthless barrage, the sturdy door finally starts to buckle. Just then, the alarm on the train suddenly blasts in warning. Encouraged by that, the warrior doubled down and fired with even more gusto. It's open. With a soft spitting noise, the tightly shut door suddenly opens with a crack. Nikolai draws his pistol and charges in with 3 other Vori. We're going in too. Daniel pushes Babaluba's wheelchair and follows suit with a few other subordinates. Carriage over... yeah, okay. The Vori pull into the carriage. With all the lights off, the carriage is shrouded in darkness. Using the dim lights coming from the outside window, Nikolai squints and peers around. Careful. Right, Mr. Nikolai, do you smell something? Smell? I'm not noticing any smell. You? Me neither. The carriage is devoid of passengers and dolls. The open safe is also empty. If this train is a mountain of treasure, then right now the... If this train is a mountain of treasure, then right now this carriage is the most barren part of the mountain. Daniel's brow furrows. Look over there. Daniel directs everyone's attention to the center of the carriage. The warrior have been assigned to guard the carriage are now bound and on their knees. Blindfolded and gagged, they yammer unintelligibly. Nikolai rushes up and tears off one of the Vori's gags, and the Vori immediately cries out. It's a trap! Watch out! But his warning comes too late. The dark carriage is suddenly pumped full of liquefied gas. What's that noise? Careful! It's purification gas. East, south, west, and north. Gas spews from nozzles in all 4 corners of the carriage, further obscuring the Vori's vision. Masks on. At Daniel's command, the Vori all take out the gas masks and put them on. The alarm didn't go off. In just a few seconds, the gas has already filled the entire carriage. The space is dark to begin with, but now they can barely see past their nose. W, who has been hanging back by the door, suddenly notices something and grabs a hold of Daniel, who is putting on a gas mask on her. Watch the door! The dark shadow brushes past Daniel. Bunk. What was that? Something's in here. Under the cover of darkness and heavy mist, a grey spectre weaves its way through the crowd. In spite of Babaluba's order, the warrior are too disoriented to respond in time. The man blocking the spectre's way instantly loses consciousness and hits the floor heavily. In the center of the carriage, Nikolai suddenly feels a chill behind his back. When he swivels around, he catches sight of the spectre who has made a way around Babaluba. Babaluba, still busy scanning the carriage, is completely oblivious to the fact that the target she is searching for is right next to her. Daniel, behind you! Get her! Shoot! "5 minutes earlier. After listening to Miller's plan, Alma stares at her in confusion. Charging on your own? Then what are the 2 of us supposed to do? You must have seen this contraption when you were crawling through the ventilation shafts earlier. Miller grabs a pen and sketches out a filter. It does ring a bell. On my signal, unplug this thing. You're planning to die along with them? Radiation levels in the red zone are high, but the Vori all carry gas masks. Not to mention, the carriage has a built-in purification system. I'm aware of that. Miller reaches up and dismantles the alarm. Let's see. What are you getting at? The purification gas is opaque. For Tino, it will be the perfect smokescreen. Verify your clocks. Maggie and Irma take a moment to calibrate their internal clocks, then nod at Miller. Once you have disabled the filters in the ventilation shafts, move over to carriage 9 right away. Wait for my signal. You only have 3 minutes. No problem. I'll lock the door. Then let's prepare to make a move. Wait. What? Don't we need a code name for the operation? I've never done anything like this before, but don't operations like this always get a name in TV shows? You should watch less television. Anchor. How's that for a code name? Why this word? It's my favourite word. Enough idle chit-chat. Get ready. Intense gunshots come through the ventilation shafts. Irma stops in her tracks out of worry. Can she really handle it? She originally had attack points of 530,000, but we're giving her a debuff, so right now it's only 430,000. Instead of critzing, just keep crawling and go faster. Say that to yourself. I'm going really fast, you on the other hand. You think I won't want to be this slow? Maybe you should just leave me here. No way. Why have you stopped? I'm stuck. Give me a shove. Carriage over? Not yet, okay. Thunk. The sentry droid topples over. The oblivious human passengers had left completely flummoxed by the situation that has suddenly arisen. They gawk at the two dolls who have seemingly appeared out of nowhere, not knowing whether to beg for help or mercy, so instead they just panic even more. You're surprisingly capable. It took you less than half a minute to take out these muscleheads. Still holding a fire extinguisher, Irma can't help but compliment Maggie. Fighting isn't just about brute force. I use my brains. Maggie promptly turns off the jam and restores communications in the entire carriage. She then makes a beeline for Catherine to untie her. But before she can pull on the rope, Irma grabs at the hem of her coat and drags her off to the other side of the other end of the carriage. We need to help Miller first. The dolls hurry to the bar counter in the dining carriage. Open the door. Don't rush, we're supposed to wait for a signal. I've been trying to contact her since we came out of the ventilation shaft, but there's been no response. They are only 20 seconds away from the agreed time. As if to fuel Irma's anxiety, intense gunshots ring out again on the other side of the door. Irma blanches immediately. Luke Miller, she'll be fine, right? Don't worry, if she can't handle them, you and I don't stand a chance either. The gunshots draw ever closer, followed by the chaotic footsteps. The two dolls can almost feel their hearts lurch. Why anchor? My brain has been ruined by a certain opening of an anime. Maggie and Irma shoot each other a quick glance. Without hesitation, Maggie opens the door with a key. The Miller rolls into the dining carriage in the same second. Wasting no time, Maggie locks the door again right away. She executes the whole sequence and maneuvers so smoothly, none of the gunshots have made it through the door. I'm so glad. Are you alright? Miller's face looks ashen and is covered in cuts. She doesn't even look exactly alright. She doesn't look exactly alright. Miller? I'm fine. She gets to her feet and turns to look at them. Relief and exhaustion well up at once, leaving the three dolls a little lightheaded. Untie the dolls. The operation isn't over yet, we need the help. I've only immobilized some of the worry. They will regroup and come after us again soon enough. Maggie gets over to Catherine and Pavel, releasing them from the restraints. Phew. Irma, still buzzing with excitement, remains rooted on the spot. Lee Miller? Lee Miller turns to Irma in a quizzical look. When you achieve victory in these kind of operations, don't you do anything to celebrate? It's not written in the rules, but sometimes we hug each other. Then, Irma opens her arms. Lee Miller freezes in shock. She doesn't quite know how to react. Amused, Irma grins and starts striding towards her. Congratulations on the great success of Operation Anchor. Huh? Irma's exhilarated grin suddenly freezes. She isn't walking on stairs, but her foot is suspended in midair, unable to find ground. She looks down at the suspended leg in surprise. In her befuddlement, she watches as an alarmed Miller reaches out to her. The Miller seems to be shouting something, but her voice is drowned out by a deafening noise, and Irma cannot hear a single word. What? By the time Irma registers the sensation of being in zero-G, her body has already been flung across the carriage. Watch out! A powerful strength grabs hold of Irma. With her one hand clutching the handle of the door, Luke Miller catches Irma with the other arm and holds onto her for dear life. Whoa! No one can tell which came first, the loud noise or the spinning. As the train tears off the metal tracks, Numida's vision spins and swirls into a blurry, incoherent jumble. Having lost all sense of balance and control of her body, she tumbles around in the cramped space, colliding with other objects. She has no strength to spare on anything else other than holding onto Irma with a vice-like grip. While everything is in motion, a sharp metal stake pierces through her right arm. The centrifugal force finally subsides. Her body grows heavy and she struggles to move. She stands at her right wrist with a daze as messages keep flashing on her watch. Evening stars fallen. Huh. Huh. Depending on where we are now, I have an idea on what might be going on. But it really depends on the location that we're in. Numida only accounted for herself with her plan. What are they trying to do? These are... No, wait, no. These are still the same lines. So, a large luggage rack. Moscow 24, this is just in. The signal of the Moscow-Berlin Intercontinental Railway service so-and-so has suddenly disappeared after it departed from Warsaw at 1850 local time. The Ministry of Transportation has issued instructions to enforce traffic control on the whole line until further notice. A hand operating the remote control changes the channel. This is Shadowless, here with some breaking news. In the red zone to the east of Poznan, an intercontinental train has come under attack and has allegedly derailed. Contact with the Intercontinental Railway Service so-and-so is currently lost. According to the Customs and Border Protection Guard, an investigation party has been dispatched to the scene. The hand changes the channel again. Breaking news. An explosion has occurred between Warsaw and Poznan on the Siberian Live Line traversing the red zone. Casualties currently unknown. The local railway company analysis attributes the incident to either extreme weather conditions or a human error. This could be the most serious incident concerning the Siberian Lifeline since the Poznan train accidents in 2062. Click. The hand picks up the remote control again and turns off the noise of news report. The room, lit only by the television, is engulfed in darkness. Commander, my dear buddy pal. We're back. Temporary command post, Berlin, Germany. The person obscured by the dark takes a deep breath. The two dolls standing to his light immediately step forward. They look proud and regal with a perfect salute and newly modified bodies. It's Car 98. Actual story relevance. Whoa! The other one's going to be Enfield. Commander, we await further directives. What's the progress of our recovery? With Miss Persica's help, we have recovered 15% of our total strength. The commander taps the armrest on the chair lightly as they gaze wordlessly at the screen. It's displaying a message that they don't know what to make of. Morning stars fallen, evening stars fallen. The future Intercontinental Railway Service EN 440 13M under attack by an unknown armed force. Midnight Star requesting support. Coordinates, latitude so-and-so, longitude so-and-so. Something has gone wrong with Operation Eclipse. I'm ordering you two to the red zone. To enter the red zone. Support Midnight Star and link up with the Grand Duke. Yes, Commander. Roger. The restless fingers cease tapping. The Commander opens their eyes and swivels around in their chair. Set off immediately. I wonder if we're actually back in Tallinn. Russell. Moisture fills in nostrils. Are these tears? No, that's impossible. A crude service dog like me isn't even capable of making such complex facial expressions. Senna sniffles and opens her eyes with default smiles still on her face. A cool sensation carries her face. The hazy night sky is all she sees. Ah, so it's raining. In the deserted red zone between Warsaw and Poznan. Inside the future, which has been derailed and is currently spewing smoke, Susanna finds herself lying in the damaged gangway connection with mud all over her body. Raindrops land on her face and body. She clambers to her feet robotically and looks left and right. Above their heads, a horrific rupture has appeared across the carriage roof. That is where the rain is falling through. Raindrops streak down Susanna's smiling face like tears. Susanna, pull yourself together. She remembers now. The warrior dragged her here and commanded her to open the door to carriage 2. When she failed in the task, they just left on the spot. Then... You don't have the time to feel sorry for yourself, Susanna. The passengers. If you want to keep this job, you need to find the passengers. The train was attacked, it got derailed, and the carriages were badly damaged. The most important thing right now is to find the emergency communications handbook and to preserve the lives of the survivors. She stumbles ahead in the dark. The heavily damaged carriage FO3, Intercontinental Railway Train Future. It may be an armoured train, but it still sustains very significant damage in the Great Impact. No human could have possibly survived in this mangled carriage. Susanna fights to suppress the wave of helplessness and trudges forward with great difficulty. The ceaseless rain falls through the gaps in the roof, glimmering faintly in the dark carriage. The heavily damaged carriage of a fall, Intercontinental Railway Train Future. No survivors in here either? Oh, I can't give up yet. The comms handbook should be in the workroom inside the dining carriage. As a stewardess, she must carry on her duty under any circumstances. Making her way through the mutilated carriage is an ordeal in itself. The carriage is lying on its side, and the way is full of obstacles. The rain streaks down erratically in her field of vision, sometimes vertically, sometimes diagonally. The door to the dining carriage is still locked, but it got mangled in the collision. Susanna gives it a light shove and the door gives out. Clank. She turns on the emergency lights in the carriage. Luckily, the independent power supply in this carriage is still functional. Under the slightly dazzling light, groans can be heard from inside the carriage. Compared to the carriages that took the brunt of the impact, the dining carriage has suffered significantly less damage. Thank goodness. She has finally made it to her destination. The dining carriage has, quite literally, been turned upside down and is in absolute chaos. The bottles of liquor that used to sit on display in the cabinet have all fallen off and are now smashed all over the ground. The smells of different liquors mingle and waft through every corner of the carriage. Oh. Using her memory, Susanna feels her way through the dark, taking care not to trip over the dolls or objects lying on the floor. She finally reaches the staff locker, though it's also badly deformed. She pries the door open by force and retrieves the emergency communication device. She immediately punches in the rescue code. Beep. The light stays on, but nobody picks up. Her only hope is about to turn into despair. No, it can't end like this. I haven't even won 500 credits with my lottery tickets. I can't just die here. This is Poznan. Please report. Urgent aid needed. This is service EN 44013M. I am Susanna, the train stewardess. Latitude so-and-so, longitude so-and-so. EN 44030M? 13M? Okay. Click. The call cuts out. Damn, the signal reception in the red zone. Susanna puts down the device feebly. Should have applied for annual leave yesterday. Is anybody here? Do you need help? A droid yanks open the door to the workroom that Susanna's in. He must have thought Susanna was trapped inside. She takes a good look at the railway droid that was sitting in the dining carriage earlier. Are you alright? You couldn't have come at a better time. Help me find the emergency kits. Okay. Susanna forces herself to perk up. She finds the power switch on the emergency, locates the transmitter and activates it. Then she tries to recall where the emergency kits are stored. Heal it! Someone's infected in carriage 17. A terrified voice cries out from the other end of the carriage, followed by a series of clamorous footsteps. Like a rock thrown into a lake, fear and panic quickly spread throughout the carriage like vigorous ripples. You've got to be kidding me. Run, we need to get out of this carriage. I don't want to be in the same carriage as Neelitz. However, Pavel immediately rushes towards carriage 17. Rosita! Pavel's large form quickly disappears from view. Susanna mutters to herself weakly. What now? Oh god, I don't think I can keep it together anymore. She is so overwhelmed, she feels like pulling her hair. As the ominous feeling spreads, a few beams of light shine into the carriage. Look, look, lights, there are lights outside, someone's here! Huh? As the sun appears into the distance, the powerful light beams originate from the woods several hundred meters away from the tracks. Help us here! Someone's here to save us! Susanna remains frozen. Passengers next to her slaps her roughly on the back. Stewardess, stop spacing out and give us some gas masks! Someone has to come to rescue us. Someone's coming to rescue us. Let's get outside. Rescue? Let me confirm it. Susanna kneels down and rummages for an outdoor flashlight in the locker with quivering hands. The passengers watch her in the woods nervously. Their biggest fear is those light beams going out. She finally pulls out an outdoor flashlight from an emergency kit. She runs up to the window right away and sends out an SOS in the direction of the woods. Are they really here to save us? This question is on every passenger's mind, but no one dares voice it. Each passing second seems excruciatingly slow. After what feels like several centuries, a light suddenly starts blinking in the woods. It's an accurately signaled response to the SOS. Help us here. The rescue party has made it. We're saved. Finally. Finally I can get off work. Carriage over 2 and... Yep, okay. Negligible. Ugh. Nikolai presses a hand against his dizzy head and crawls out from under the seat. He stands on the spot and teeters unsteadily for quite a while before he finally regains his balance. What just happened? Did someone hit me from behind? I am pretty sure that Paradise fucking blew the train off the tracks, and those light beams are not, in fact, help. They're Paradise. In the chaotic carriage, the boys slowly regain their consciousness and get back on their feet, cursing all the while. Daniel helps Babaluba up from the floor. The woman tries to appear calm and composed, but her expression betrays the displeasure. Daniel? What's up with you lot? The train suddenly braked, and we all got sent flying. Was it an emergency stop? No, something must have happened up ahead. Daniel examines the situation inside the carriage briefly before making his report to Babaluba. This carriage was built to be sturdy, so we haven't taken any serious casualties. But we do have a very serious problem. We can't contact our brothers outside. Not only that, I just took a look. The carriage ahead is completely wrecked. The interior is exposed to the air in the red zone. The purifier in this carriage has also stopped working since the power got cut. God knows how long we can last with just our gas masks. Don't panic. Nobody dares speak while Babaluba ponders the situation. The communicator suddenly comes to life. Answer it. Daniel Nelson picks up the call. Yes? Sickness sends his regards. Babaluba tightens her grip on the communicator. Her tone has suddenly grown more menacing. So it's you. If memory serves, we have worked with each other many times before. You were once the Vori's closest friends, but what happened to this evening is no way to treat a friend. I'm glad we're joining hands again, Babaluba. So this is compensation. We won't abandon our old business partner. However, we have a small favor to ask you. Please give us your support, just as you have always done the last few years. Babaluba's eyes narrow. It's all for the sake of the Neo-Soviet Union's future. Oh my god, it's the military. It's fucking Carter. It's fucking General Carter, isn't he? Please don't let it be General Carter. I hate this man with a passion, and I really thought he was finally fucking gone. Susanna frantically takes out all the protective suits stored inside the workroom. We have sufficient supplies, so please don't push, and please wait your turn patiently. It is still pouring outside, but the passengers are no less eager to get off the train. Don't bother sorting the stuff by model number. Just chuck everything on the floor. Please wait. Don't go off on your own. Can't afford to wait any longer. What if the Vori come back this way? Susanna sighs in exasperation as she helps the little boy tighten the straps on his gas mask. Then she dumps all the emergency kits on the floor and turns around to open the emergency exit. Please stay safe. Don't open the door! An angry shout makes Susanna jump. She looks at the person who shouted at her in shock. Shut the door! But in the short period of time, a woman has already jumped out of the carriage through the emergency exit with a child in her arms. A few other passengers have also run out into the rain. So anxious they are to escape, they cannot hear anything from behind them. They sprint hysterically towards the lights in the woods, as though they were the last lifeline. While Susanna is still frozen in shock, more passengers surge through the exit. Several gunshots ring out. The rounds fly past Susanna's face and hit the door frame of the emergency exit. Suddenly, Miller. Close the door, this isn't a rescue. The passengers pressed up against the exit now freeze at the sound of the gunshots. Susanna silently closes the door. But everyone's gaze is still fixed longingly at the lights shining out from the woods. They can only watch as the lucky few run towards the deliverance. Hey! Hey! We're over here! The elated man has barely run half a mile before a sniper round hits him squarely in the forehead. His joyous smile of having survived the terrible ordeal is still frozen on his face, while his body topples backwards and rolls a few times in the mud. With each gunshot, his survivor collapses in the mud. Bates seems to have played a terrible joke on them. It's Carter. We have arrived at the coordinates. Executing quarantine order. No, never mind. Okay, it isn't Carter, so thank God for that. It's just Faraday, so arguably that's worse. Awaiting further darkness. That sounds something crashed into the train. The rack collapses, exposing a scrawny young girl inside a large suitcase. She's hit by both the impact of the train's sudden stop and Maggie's weight. Yamila, are you alright? He was hit pretty hard. 3, 2, 1. Motherfucker. I just realized that Villanelle is awfully white-haired with yellow eyes and fairly pale skin. I wonder if that means anything. Upon the emergency GPS transmitter, and the rescue party arrived less than 10 minutes after I activated it. They're so efficient. When the collision happens, Catherine's shielded hand took most of the impact. He was hit pretty hard. When the collision happened, she took the brunt of the impact to protect Irma. I see. Story. Inside the Coal Express aboard the Intercontinental Railway train Future. Maggie sits on one side of the table, smiling to the black figure opposite of her. A king of spades lies in front of the figure, weighed down by a wine glass. This is her role. Understood. So what will Casino Royale do about the remainder of the payment for this job? What can I expect? When can I expect it? Someone will take care of it. King of Spades gives Maggie a glib reply before vanishing before her eyes, just as silently as when she arrived. In the rear carriage of the Cold Express, aboard the Intercontinental Railway train Future. She's back at last. Catherine sighs in relief upon seeing Maggie show up in the carriage. We have unidentified armed forces outside the train and the lorry inside it. Cabin is also leaking. I hope we won't have to take super hard jobs like this again. If I'd known, I wouldn't have gone after Nikolai's money. Quit complaining about stuff you can't do anything about. Then why don't you say something useful? This is no longer our business now, right? Says who? We've got a lot to do after this. Hold on. Let's not talk about this. It's giving me a headache. Don't you think the stakes are a bit too high this time? I thought you'd be playing your usual trick of betting on both sides while they fight each other. There are times in life when you can only get on one boat after all. Then what about those armed vehicles outside? I've never even seen a battle formation like that before. Well, now you know why you shouldn't accept black market jobs offering huge payments other than the ones you've personally vetted. I just wanted to make some money to upgrade my body and enjoy my retirement, not mess around with this gang of people who are clearly tired of living. But the world is getting crazier and crazier. Sometimes we don't get to choose. Humans never learn a lesson. They fought World War I with basic weapons, World War II with advanced weapons, and World War III with fully automated ones. Who knows how far we are from World War IV? Forget it, I don't want to think so far ahead. Catherine then disappears from inside the carriage. Is it really so far ahead? Even if the sky falls, the tall people will hold it up for us. What's the point of me worrying? He also disappears. Rain pounds against the glass of the windows, beating against silent hearts. Nobody is making a fuss about getting off the train anymore. Despair starts to spread through the crowned carriage. The thunder stands by the door. As the door closes, she can almost see that corpse in the rain, its eyes open and uncomprehending. The passengers within the carriage check the injuries and silently wait for the dawn that may or may not ever come. You'll feel better if you lie down. Now gently nurses Sleep Miller's right arm. The latter doesn't seem aware of her own injury as she studies the distant firelight with a cold and silent gaze. Are you really not going to lie down and rest? Sleep Miller finally turns to give her a look. It's my arm that's injured, not my legs. Besides, a minor wound like this is nothing. But it was supposed to protect you. Sleep Miller seems a little taken aback. I'm the big sister. I should protect you just like Mother protected me. You're overthinking this. He's not your mother, and he won't protect you. I don't believe you. You're too dishonest. If you don't consider yourself my little sister, then why did you protect me? Don't worry, I won't tell anyone about your identity as a Soviet secret agent. Miller wants to say that anyone would have offered a helping hand under those circumstances. Even as an instructor, she has done so countless times before. But is she really the work of Professor Hume? What would happen if she ended up going crazy like before? I made a key just for you in the summer garden. If I should ever forget you, then as long as someone mentions the name Miller in front of me, I'll remember. A memory anchor, you mean? Yes, they take the form of keys in my neurocloud. Although I might forget you after a while, it's okay, because I'll eventually remember you someday. Please stop looking for Professor Hume. Forget him. Find a job and live as a free doll. I can't. Why are you so persistent? I told you, I want to be a complete self. Each of my memories is precious to me. They shape me, they accompany me, and they comfort me. If I forget those people and things by accident, then it would be very unfair to them. And it wouldn't be fair on my part. Memories aren't all good, you know. So what? The good memories are mine, and the painful memories are also mine. Together, they make up all of me. Then go. Are you going to tell me about Professor Hume now? You don't hate talking about him anymore? No? Fine, let's talk about something else. How did you know that they weren't the rescue party? Didn't they respond to Miss Susanna's signal? Miller sighs. They came too quickly. But we only just left Warsaw, and with such a big ruckus, surely the outside should have gotten word, right? Even if there just so happened to be reinforcements nearby that responded immediately, they wouldn't have taken on that formation. Because that's an armored assault formation. Armored assault formation? No country would deploy rescue forces in attack formation. Doctors should be carrying blood bags, not bayonets. I see. Just then, a voice suddenly calls out to her. What are you talking to yourself about, Instructor Miller? I thought God was having a direct conversation with you. What's the matter? The dog called Pavel wants to meet you. But he's got an Elite patient with him, and the humans inside the carriage refuse to open the door. At the gangway connection between... Yeah, okay. Miller brings Irma and Maggie with her to the gangway connection. The dolls have cleared out some space in which Pavel and the doll are standing. He has a girl behind him who is showing obvious signs of infection. Her eyes are tightly shut and it's plain to see that she is blind. Mr. Pavel, what happened? Pavel nods to Irma in acknowledgement. Irma, it's a long story. He then turns to Luke Miller. Instructor Luke Miller, we've only spoken over the comms, but I remember that you're in command here. Limilla quietly studies him. A girl and a railway doll. A pairing that's unlikely and practically unheard of. Rosita can still be saved. We're bringing her to Berlin for treatment. Please help us, Instructor. Seemingly disturbed by the mood of the room, the girl that Pavel is shielding behind him suddenly speaks up. Pavel, stop begging people for my sake. Rosita sounds very weak. It'll be fine, Rosita. The train just broke down for a bit. They'll fix it soon. No, stop fighting. Rosita? Rosita's voice grows weaker and weaker. Realizing that something isn't right, Pavel immediately bends down and feels her forehead. She's feverish. Instructor? Pavel turns around. There's no expression in his large eyes, but strangely enough, she can see the burning anxiety in them. I will serve the Siberian Lifeline Project, Instructor. Perhaps I can be of use to the people here. The doctor and carriage one might be able to help. Maggie has been standing quietly behind Ludmilla all this time, but she can't help but speak. There's even a hint of sympathy in her expression. But this is the first time Irma has seen any other expression on the face of the scammer with a permanent smirk. Thing is, I don't know if he's still alive. The first-class carriage has an exceptional protection. He should be fine. Ludmilla looks thoughtfully at her communicator. I'm going to give Pavel a reassuring pat. Don't worry, Ludmilla will think of a way to help. Maggie was puffed with the laughter, and a faint smile returns. I wonder how you perceive this, Instructor. Do you think of her as a superhero? A loud noise interrupts the idle chatter. Instructor, there's no need to throw such a big temper tantrum. Ignoring Maggie's mockery, Ludmilla immediately draws a handgun and heads back to carriage F09. The enemy's here. Everyone on your guard. All the dolls in the carriage instantly go on alert. Just then, a figure she hasn't seen in a while shows up near the ruined bar counter. Scrap all of these dolls. Cygnus specifically wants these pieces of trash. God damn it. Goldberg variations. Okay, okay. It's a night map. That's rare. What is my mission here? Victory condition, Maggie approaches and hacks a mech. Is that an and or an all? Rescue and retrieve a minimum of 2 disconnected T-dolls. Okay. I only get to spawn 1 squad? No, I get to spawn 4 for once we have a normal-ish map. Thank God. We might actually deploy real firepower for once. Ah. Is that the one? That's not the one, right? Yeah, no, that's not the one. Charge! Let's see how strong these enemies actually are. 13k shouldn't be too bad, in theory. Alright, that's it. So you're alerted to those tiles. You're alerted to a lot of tiles. Pick it up. And attack the enemy. And time to destroy. Bang, 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 they're all dead. Some real firepower. So we now have plastic explosives, though I don't really know what we're supposed to do with them. There's rubble down there, so that's what we're supposed to do with the plastic explosives, I'm guessing. That's fair. We are basically already carrying 2 civilians with us. So we're gonna quickly do that. And do this. No, no, not switch. Shit. I switched the other one as well, actually. Shouldn't have done that. I wanted to rescue. Switch and rescue. Retrieve the hostage. And end the turn. Now we can spawn more squads, so that's probably what we should do fairly soon. I could spawn a machine gun squad, but honestly, at night battle, that is kind of terrible. So what we're going to do instead is spawn another rifle squad. Move that up here. And then spawn... something. I mean, squad 12 is pretty good. Then switch around these guys here. We still need to complete the other objective, which is fair. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding. The enemy is missing quite a lot here, and that's good for us. So we have some rubble up there, and we have some rubble down there. The question is, which one do we need to break through? Because we do have plastic explosives. Are you still alerted? I don't think you should be. You're not. Interesting. Why are you moving, though? Switch. Throw out the bomb over here. It's gonna explode next turn. Rescue you. Move everyone to a little bit more of a defensible position. Now we do definitely need to get Maggie up to the front line here, because we need to hack a combat mech. The question is, where is said combat mech? Also, this one is worrying me, I'll be honest. Because it's not behaving like a usual alerted enemy should. So we're going to quickly switch you and switch you. Rescue the third hostage because we can. We don't need to rescue all 3, but now we did, so that's good. There it is. Deep Water Vortex. That's a name and a half. I have committed a... Oh, wait, no, they're on expand. Wait, no, shit. This is a problem. This is a problem. Yep, we lost. This enemy will go up. Because of the Yeah. That's not good. Surprise, surprise, this battle will fail. And with Maggie defeated, we will lose the mission. Tiny little bit of a fuck up here. We wouldn't need to fight this. Bonk, 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 bonk. At least we killed that thing outright. But it's still a mission failure because Maggie's dead. Boom. Turn to base. It's fine. Longitudinal strain, and we'll do it again. Now this mission will be the last thing that we do for today. Simply because time. But I will finish the mission. It was basically just a tiny little fuck up that I committed there that kind of screwed us over. A tiny little bit. Should be the squad here. Yes. My first move in the first place should be to spawn all 4 squads. Also make sure that Maggie isn't there. Because Maggie being in front of a death stack is kind of a bad thing. And death. Very good. And music stopped working. Great. So, next thing that we do is we move our squad back here. And spawn a second rifle squad and pick up the C4. Second rifle squad, where is it? There it is. Very good. And now we move you over here just to destroy the tank before it even gets to move. And then we'll switch with that hostage because we can. And you're dead. All the rate of fireballs coming together to make IW such a ridiculous gun. It's great. Now we switch you. And zoom back further out. And end the turn. Now we shouldn't have alerted any of the enemies. And we should have 1 move more than last time we did this, because we have 3 squads on the field instead of 2. So, I shall move you. Switch. Rescue. And move 1 tile back. Rescue. Move you up. That shall be this turn. That guarantees that I have 2 hostages rescued, but I will rescue the 3rd anyway. Because there's no way in hell that the enemy is going to kill it in time. It might lose 1 bit of HP, but that's fine. I shall spawn my 3rd squad. Which will be squad 12. The Russian squad. Switch over here. Retrieval complete. Very good. Now do the same thing with this squad. Very nice. Sure, the Russian squad can take care of this mech, I guess. Bomb it into submission. This squad has a lot of firepower, but not the most defense. But a lot of firepower. So that's good. Alright, zooming out a little bit. We should still be skirting on the edge of the enemy detection here. And that we are, that's good. We definitely need to move you up to the front line. And let's use our main squad here. We're probably going to need 2 squads at attack and defense up here, but we'll see. I should be able to actually replace this because there should be the robber right there. Also, switch with these guys. Move it even further. End the turn. Since I need to move Maggie back anyway, or rather, up, not back. What's needed for gold medal here? 9 rounds while rescuing 3 dolls. Well, that's not difficult. So let me just quickly switch and rescue. Retrieval complete. And switch again. Very nice. You are now actually picking up on us. That's bad. I don't want that. We need to retreat a tiny bit. Well, we need to wait 1 turn anyway until the C4 blows up, so let's just retreat. And move Maggie over here, I guess. She can just chill here and wait. So with the next turn, we should have a decent amount of movement. The enemy should move back to standard position. Doesn't, though. Well, that is annoying. I need to wait more turns. Slash lure the enemy to some other position. As long as that enemy is right there, I can't really do much about it. Now, what might be happening at the same time here is that the enemy might be moving out towards me. Move. What tile is it that I want to stand on? The one down there. Oh, no, 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 no. You'll take that path, please, and thank you. We need to make sure that this one is out of our way. And not able to interfere with us in at least 1 turn. Now, as long as the enemy actually keeps moving, we might actually just be fine. Now, despite the fact that we can't see the enemy, I know that I need to move the squadron 2 tiles away. So let's do that. This is an unalerted tile, so it's fine. There's the big robot. Buff is still going for a decent chunk of time here. Yeah. Go hell. Go to hell. It's fine. Okay. Now we move up Maggie. And hack that big ass robot. Okay. Very good. However, as I've mentioned before, this is where we're gonna have to stop for today. I don't have much more time for today. So yeah, the only maps that I'll be doing in my off time is the farming maps here, because if I go into this map, you'll probably see exactly what I mean. These maps aren't there to be challenging. You just go down one path to farm some enemies. The only problem is that I don't know which enemies give me what enemy, what unit, but hey, it's fine. So, for today, I'm going to be ending my stream here. So let me see who I can raid for today. Today is Tuesday, so I know that some people aren't online, while others are as usually online. So let's go and say hello to, you know what? Let's go say hello to Bats. It's been a while. The man's been having a good time and stuff, and he's currently playing Coffee Talk 2. He has played Coffee Talk 1, and now he's playing 2, with seemingly at least a PNG on stream that I have never seen before. It might be more than a PNG, I don't know. Anyway, have a good night, thank you very much for being here, and I should be back tomorrow with some boats in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Bye!